guys, Mayflom here. Real quick video checking in on my December memory keeping project, and I want to share with you 5 tips if you're going for this year, or let's say you started or you intended it but you haven't gotten much done. There is still time. You absolutely can. So here are my tips. Number 1, go take a few minutes or an hour, whatever you've got. Print out all the photos that you want printed. If you're going to order, then place the order and go pick it up. If you're going to print them yourself, get it going, get them printed. I print all of mine 4x6, but with a border, which makes them about 3 3/4 by 5.5, which works really well for me. So print them out. Step 2, get in the album from whatever point you started at. If you didn't start at all, that's okay too. But if you did start like I did, go all the way back to the start, figure out where you started, and start putting them in. Now, when I started to do this, I realized I had 2 portrait-oriented photos that I did not have printed. So I just left the page that I intend them to have them for right here. Just left it blank. Not a problem. So you go through, figure out where you want the photos, slap the photos in. This happens to be a Simple Stories has 6x8 inserts that you can put in these binders that fit perfectly. I grabbed those while I was at the local scrapbook store. So I don't have the stories told, but I'm leaving spaces where I think there will be journaling. If I don't need it for journaling, I can do something like this where I make a decorative page. That's okay too. So don't worry about it. Just go through, slap the photos down, slap the photos down. That's all you're doing is get those photos down. And when you do get to the current point, now take a deep breath. That shouldn't take all that long. Just photo, crop it down. You don't have to have the right backing paper or anything for it. You can just set it in there. When you get all the way up to being current, so this is current. I don't have pictures yet because these days haven't happened yet. When you get all the way up to being current, then stop. And as time allows, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, the way that I like to do it is I like to go through, first I'll go through with paper and figure out, okay, I want this paper, I want this, oops, this got moved around. Get that guy out of there. I want this paper behind this photo. I want this paper behind that photo. I will just go through and add pattern paper first. Then once, everybody doesn't have to have pattern paper, but once a few do, then I'll go through, for example, with this one. This is the one I'm working on right now. I added some little stars. I added the holly and the clean up and the little sticker here. I just grabbed a sheet of stickers. This happens to be Photo Play stickers, Dear Santa line. Loving these. So I just grabbed some stickers because they worked for this photo and I went for it. Here's another example. I wanted to put in that my new embellishment line, that was released and that I'm working on it. I want that story in here because this is when it happened. So I took one of my Instagrams, printed that out, and that was already in here. So then I just picked a color that was complementary, papers that I already had. I put my logo on here with some little sequins, and then just added some sequins and stars on this number. Could not be easier, guys, but here's the thing is that's 5-10 minutes later. Another 5-10 minutes later, I add this scan and cut deer silhouette here. This is one that I had created. I did some gift wrap stuff with it, with this deer that you've seen, and this guy is the cutout from it. And as you can see, the sequins from the other side show through. I'm totally okay with that. I just kept things very simple here. And here, a little doily, 3 little elements, and a bit of stitching. It's done. It's the last day of school. I don't have to have a whole elaborate story every single time. It can be really, really short sometimes. And like I said, I mentioned this one's going to be going here. I'm going to add some journaling in here about the weekend, about those first few days of vacation and all that kind of stuff. This is ready for a story. So basically, I'm just going through and prepping, guys. This is my tip to you. Get all the photos in for the days, or the moments, or the activities, or the whatever. Get the photos in there first. Then come back as you have time and just think one pocket at a time. Don't worry about the whole big picture of it. Don't worry about the whole entire album. Just one pocket at a time. Take a look at what you've got, at what you need, at what you want to do, and say, okay, this pocket is next. We're going to add some journaling and some embellishments. And that's all you do. And when that's done, either, if it needs to dry, set it aside, let it dry. If it doesn't, great, move on to your next task. Or if you are out of time, guess what? go move on, go do your other stuff, come back to this when you're ready, because you've got things all set up nicely. It's very easy to work on it in small amounts of time, and it's totally okay to do things that are just decorative or long stories, short stories, whatever you happen to have. I will be checking back in next week with one final video look at this project, show you what I've got, give you finished tips, tricks, all that kind of stuff. If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment. I'll see you next time.